Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Sakina Ali, and today I am discussing the system software. Following are the contents that we are going to discuss in the system software. So, basically, what is software, types of software, system software, types of system software. So, what is software? A program that tells the computer how to perform tasks. Software is a collection of data or computer instructions that tells the computer how to work. So, software is a program. We give computer instructions. So, these instructions are considered as an input. So, software converts these input or instructions into output. So, software is basically a program that converts or that tells the computer how to function according to these instructions. Next, types of the software. So, basically, there are two types of software, that is application software and the system software. Application software Application software is the software required to run the applications, while the system software is required to run system. In this flowchart, we can see that system software is basically considered with three types, and this application software has two types, that is general purpose and the specific purpose. Now, what is system software? System software is a software designed to provide a platform for other software. So we can see that system software is a software that provides a platform for other software. So system software acts as a connection between the user applications and the hardware. As we can see that hardware, for example, if we give some instruction to the computer from hardware, that is required to run applications. So if there is no system software, for example, if we require to run Word, then we need a system software. For example, we need Microsoft Word. We need Windows system software to run these applications. So system software is acting as a connection between these applications and the hardware. Next, system software is a software on a computer that is designed to control and work with the computer hardware. So as we have discussed before, the system software is all acting as a bridge, or we can say that it is acting as an interface between the hardware and the users applications. So, system software is designed to run a computer's hardware and application programs. Following are the examples of system software, that is Mac OS, Android, Microsoft Windows, computational science software, game engines, industrial automation, software as a service applications. These are the These are the examples showing us the system softwares. So, following are the types of system software. So basically there are four types of system software. Number one is operating system. An operating system is a collection of software that manages computers' hardware resources and provides common services for computer programs. So as we can see that we have discussed before that what is system software, and it is related to the system software. So it is a very vital and essential part or component of system software, as it is a powerful and usually large program that controls and manages the hardware and other softwares in a computer. So this operating system is very essential and is required to run applications on a computer. So there is a point, application programs require an operating system to function. So we can see that application software cannot be run without an operating system or a system software. Following are the examples of operating systems. As we can see, there are Microsoft Windows, Apple's Mac OS, Chrome OS, BlackBerry Tablet OS. In this flowchart, we can see that user uses applications with the help of operating systems, and operating system acts as a bridge between applications and a hardware. And we can see that hardware runs with the help of operating system, and operating system helps applications to be run by users. Now we are discussing what is disk utilities. So basically, disk utility is a system utility for performing disk and disk volume related tasks on the Mac OS operating system by Apple. So if we just split that definition into two parts, that disk utility is a systems utility. So what is a system utility? So system utility is a maintenance program for computer. So it maintains all the programs or all computers data. So disk utility is a system utility for performing disk and disk volume related tasks. So disk utility is a maintenance program for memory. For example, for as we can see that we have the memory of computer, so this memory is maintained by the disk utility. There are disk utility programs. As we can see below, there are four disk utility programs given there. First is the virus scanning software. So this software scans whole document or a file and then detects the virus in that file. Next is the scan disk. This is a utility program that checks and repairs file system errors on a disk drive. So if we see any errors on a file, these errors can be repaired by on a disk drive. So on the third one, there is disk fragmenters. Disk fragmenters increase data access speed by rearranging files stored on a disk. So it rearranges files and gives and increases that speed access. The last one is a backup software. So as we can see that by its name, that backup software gives us the supplementary exact copies that may be used later in event of data loss. So if there is any loss of data, we lost our data, we can recover it by backup software. This is a disk utility icon present on a computer. Now we are going to discuss what is language translator, which is a type of system software. So, language translator converts programming source code into language that the computer processor understands. Computer processors understand source code in only machine language. So, the program or the instruction that we provide to the computer is in the form of the language that we can understand. So, we have to convert that language into that language that computer can easily understand, which is also known as code. So language translator converts that language into a complete source code. Now there we can see the types of a translator. There are basically three types of language translator. These are assembler, compiler, and the interpreter. First is an assembler. So an assembler translates assembly language into machine code. So as we have discussed below before that the language translator converts the simple language into a machine code. So assembler works the same. Now there is a compiler. Compiler is a computer program that translates code written in a high level language to a low level language object machine code. So now we are going to comparison between compiler and assembler. So we can see that compiler is much better than assembler in a way that it checks all kinds of in limits, ranges, or errors present on a computer, and it gives us more program runtime, and it occupies larger part of the memory. Now, interpreter. An interpreter program executes other programs directly, running through program code and executing it line by line. So, an interpreter translates one statement of a program at a time. So, interpreter just translates that code or converts that code into computer language line by line or a statement by statement. In this slide, we can see the types of translators briefly explained. Now, what is a device driver? Computer program that operates or controls a particular type of device. It allows the communication between the computer operating system and the device attached to it. Device drivers communicate directly with the devices. So, device driver is a computer program that operates or controls a particular type of device that is attached to a computer. So, if there are devices attached to the computer, for example, we can say that there is a hard drive or floppy disk attached to the computer. These are the devices attached to the computer. So, device driver acts as a connection between the computer and these devices and operates these devices. So, we can say that it acts as a glue between an OS and its devices, or we can see that it acts as a connection between the computer and its devices. Now, there we can see these devices which can be operated by the device drivers. So that's it. Thank you so much for your attention.